Hey, welcome back, Rankers House 2018. Thank you last week to Adam, Emily, and a few others who pointed out that, Jim, this rich results testing tool is in beta, so it's not going to allow you to check those featured answers that I wanted to last week. Yeah, I know. But have a play with that tool. It is very interesting. Wish it did work for featured answers. It would be... It'll know you're on the right, let you know you're on the right track at least. But of course, features answers doesn't have any structured data around it. Anyway, I want to talk to you about new Google Search Console. We've had access to it for, I don't know, 8 months or something like that, 6 months. And we've had, one or two sites on it. And Google last week said that, hey, we're going to make it available for everyone now. So if you do have a copy of Search Console, I would encourage you to go and have a look at the index coverage report. And I'm not going to go into a review of the whole tool, but go into the index coverage report, because one of the hardest things and one of the most important things is cleaning up the index. That's what we find anyway. And that's getting rid of things that shouldn't be in there. And Google gives us a lot of tools, of course, to help us do that. And finally, this is going to really not only help us clean indexes faster, but understand, where Google might be spending too much of its time where we don't want it to. I mean, you can go and get that sort of information out of a log report, but it's nice to have it all in one place like this. So here I've got the index coverage report, and you can see here there's a URL that's been submitted that has actually got a no index on it. So Google's saying that's an error. But you can go in and find out what are all these excluded, 7,000 excluded pages. That's, when our sitemap's only 900, we can go and have a look at all those, and you can see what they are. And some are alternate page with a proper canonical tag, so it's not going to crawl that. It's saying it's a duplicate page without a canonical tag. Now that's interesting, because you can then click into those, and you can start to see what they are. And in this particular case, they're just session IDs. And I've just crashed Safari. They're just session IDs, essentially, and against FAQs and logins and these sorts of things. So that tool is telling us not only what pages have been indexed, but what pages Google's chosen not to index based on its own crawl, and also the information that you submit to it, like canonical tags and no index and those sorts of things. But it is such a powerful tool. And even the pages that have been crawled, like in that particular site that we were looking at just before Safari crashed, we could see that our sitemap was about 900 pages, but Google had actually indexed 1,450 pages. So that's a significant difference, right? So that's nearly 50% more pages indexed than what are in our sitemap. So we know that there's an issue with that site. And we know that we can now go into those pages, find out what they are, and try to work out, well, should they be in the sitemap? Maybe that's the problem. Or maybe it is that Google has indexed these pages and we don't really want it to, because they could be just a different view of the page, or like a different parameter, different sort of listing, or a different sort of layout of an existing page, and Google's gone and indexed that as well. So that tool will help you identify a lot of the potential issues that Google is finding with your site that Google may not think is an issue as far as when it's crawling and alerts and those sorts of things, but you might see them as an issue because you think, I don't want Google spending time crawling stuff like my terms and conditions page. Oh, look, I've got maybe 10 different versions on my terms and conditions page and didn't know it. You can start to see those sorts of things in the new Search Console, and I think it's going to be an awesome upgrade from the existing one. Search Console is probably my most used SEO tool, that and probably Google Trends. Hopefully that's helpful. If you do have a copy of it, I'd love to know what your favorite parts of it are, and if you're using it and if you're finding it helpful. And we will see you next week. Thanks very much, everyone. Bye.